Welcome back, Generals, to another Let's Fix Generals 0 Hour to make the best game ever. Good, so, what do we have? So, last session I was experimenting here with some change, but you can end that investigation. I think we can remove generals from compilation. Okay, so what do we have? If changing the alt is visible, it's too risky to change for now, then we can add a new one beside it. Beside it and slowly deprecate the old one. Is visible. does it say? Retail issue. Original game issue. What? Do not change this. This already changed. It's already sufficiently touched in. So the question is now if this change is now proper. Campaign, Bing's video skip. Let's see. Campaign. I think the code review. The code review. It took me more time than if I had made this change myself. I think. Yeah. Sometimes it's like, yeah, the code review takes longer than if I would just do the change myself, which is a bit unfortunate because it's not very efficient. Yeah, you would think that if I just have to do a code review, it saves me time, but sometimes that's not the case. I think that's not the case with this change. There was way too many comments to be made. Oh, I can't. He appended 26 commits to this. So now the question is, are the files actually the same, the edits? Like historically in this change, he never managed to match the edits between Generals and 0 Hour, which is a major pain because now I need to go through all the files and check that he did the edits correctly, which is a major pain because it's not so easy to see. Ugh. Game logic. Okay. So there's one edit. Edit this. Does it look the same? Maybe. Yeah. It is behind delete load screen. Yeah, I guess seems to be fine. Okay. Next. Okay, that looks different. This edit looks different to please make a pass and eliminate all differences in edits between the games. Both games must be touched identically. I'm tired of this. It can't be that I need to look at the review 100 times. There needs to be more quality. I can't do this. Please. It's a bit of a rant, I know, but I'm looking at this review for 6-7 times now, and there's always the same mistake. I don't understand. Guys, come on. Pay more attention, make a proper change. It costs me a lot of time to look at these reviews. Like I cannot spend any time working on the camera stuff because of all these reviews. I don't know how to advance here. Like, I mean, I appreciate that we advance and many people work on things, but like it costs so much time to go through all these reviews. Like there needs to be more quality on these reviews. I know it's not fair that I rant about this because it's all voluntary work, but it's so easy to avoid. It's really easy. It just needs to pay attention to the thing. Pay attention to the edits. To make everyone's life easier. Like it can't be that I look at this. Let me see, how many times did I review this now? 1 time, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this is half a review, not really. 7, 8. 8 reviews. 8 reviews, and it's still not correct. That's too much, guys. And it's just 118 lines. 118 lines, 8 reviews, and it's still not correct. Like it's just too much. There needs to be more diligence. I think one of the problems is like creating too many reviews and spreading the attention too much out. Concentrate on a few changes and polish them. And when they are done, then move on to the next thing. Like if you divert your attention to 30 different topics, 30 different changes, yeah, you want to work on all the things at the same time, yeah, then of course you take the attention away from all these individual things, because you can only care for so much when you just work on all these different things. Whereas if you just focus on one specific thing, one task, and you just polish it until it's done, and then you put it up when it's all good, all working correctly, verified that it's perfect, all the code looks good, everything functions well, then you put it up, and then you're confident this is good. The reviewer should have a good time with it. But what I see here is like we have way too many changes, just like it's done, and then we just put it up. And then we see what happens. The reviewer will figure out what to do. This is not the right approach. The right approach is to figure out what can I do that the change is looking as final as possible. If the reviewer finds something, then it's a mistake I made and I really didn't have that on my radar. Yeah. But I think that's not the case. The case right now, what I'm seeing is I just put up something that works and I don't care too much if it's all well and correct. It just works. We're good to go. Let's have a go at it. And then the problem is you have endless reviews. And yeah, it's hard. It's hard for everyone. It's hard for me. It's hard for the person who makes a change. It's just too many things at once. Like with this change, for example, like, let's see what he did now. Okay, now he touched 48 files. That's good. Okay. That's good. Found and updated all 48 files. Fantastic. Let's take a look. Win32, yep. Okay. Okay, that looks promising. Very promising. Yeah, sorry for the rant, yeah, but you know, maybe the maybe the rant motivates someone to pay a bit more attention. Yeah, although I hope that Baptista doesn't watch this, yeah, because he might get a bit upset now when I talk, because I very much appreciate his efforts, you know, to push many changes, but on the other hand, I would appreciate it even more if you would put higher quality reviews, right? So there's always a next level, right? You know, I think like there's like a the worst contribution, good contributions, best contributions. Like worst contributions is just people arguing and flaming and bickering and, you know, being a nuisance. Yeah, that's a worst. Then you have neutral ones that just don't contribute anything. Okay. Then you have good contributions that, you know, put nice changes up there, but, you know, it's not creme de la creme. And then the perfect realm is if someone makes a change where you don't need to correct anything. It's just perfect. Yeah. And we are not at that state yet. Yeah? We are not there. Even myself, I also make errors. Yeah, of course. So we need to reach perfect changes. Yeah, perfect changes. Good. So you changed all windows to Win32. Yeah. Yeah. Is that it? Okay, then what I will do, I will get this change now. Fix, what is it? Fix Windows platform detection. Fix Windows. Fix window here. You see it here. He has way too many branches. He has, I don't know, 40, 50 branches. It's too much. Like you can't, like even I don't have that many. I have currently 10 open and a bunch of work in progress here, which will be deleted. So he has way too many things open. So I think the issue is he just wants to work on too many things at once. And I think he really needs to focus on much less things and really polish them instead of doing all the things at once, because it will take forever to get these things done. Forever. Which we see, like these reviews, they have 1 million revisions because it's just not enough attention paid to actually polish it correctly, right? So, and I need to babysit way too much. Like it needs to be, there needs to be higher quality. I don't know how to achieve this. The best I can do is just keep reviewing, but I don't know. It just costs so much time. Like this change, a fixed Windows platform, like this change. It's a change 5 minutes done. Yeah. The one with what we had before. The one with skip videos. This is a change you make in 1 hour maybe, and then it's done. It shouldn't take, like it took me, I probably reviewed it for 2 hours or more, this change. But like if I worked on it, it probably would have taken me 1 hour. And it's really, it takes me more time to review this than if I made this change myself. And it's really, it's not a good investment. I don't know what to do here. Ugh. I feel sorry for being on a rant here, but it's really something that costs a lot of time. And we need to find a solution for this. Like, there needs to be a higher quality code. It's good for the project and it's good for for the reviewers. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so this changed. Fix Windows platform detection. So let me see if he catched all the things, but probably did. So we will do pull rebase. Pull rebase. All right. Okay, so Visual Studio Code. And Win32. Win32. Windows. Okay, let's see if there's anything left. There are still cases left as comments. Yeah. Mangler wlib. Sem4. Yeah. There's still a couple of Windows comments. This again, like, it's now the second. This is now the second iteration on this review. The third, no, the second. The first one was to say, yeah, just change all Windows to Win32. This is now the second that I have to say there's still underscore Windows mentions left, even if they're just in comments, but it's not complete. So it should not happen. This should not happen. If you make a search for Windows, you see that there are commented items here, and so you fix this. This should be automatic. It can't be that this is another review I have to make. And the thing is, like, when I have to pay this much attention to reviews, like, I only pay this much attention to the reviews when I know I have to. Like, if I knew from the beginning that, you know, this author does very, very clean changes without much errors, and I also don't look that closely. And then maybe I also make mistakes because I assume it's all good and maybe something slips through, but then it also saves me time because then I don't need to rigorously look at everything. But now when I know that there will be likely errors, because historically there have been a lot of errors, and I need to be extra diligent and, like, take all these corners and look, and, you know, it just takes a lot of time. On the other hand, I don't want to discourage anyone contributing. I think it's a net positive, but we need still, there should be a big desire to improve the quality, because it will make the code better and it will save the reviewers a lot of time. And I think that's very important. So, you know, I don't want to make the wrong takeaways here and discourage anyone, but we need to be self-critical and improve the quality of our reviews. There needs to be an effort. Like it should not be on me to find all the errors in reviews. It should be the author of the change should find everything wrong that needs to be fixed in order for the change to be of good quality. That must be the goal, not the reviewer. And right now I see way too much that the reviewer needs to find all the junk and like small things even, right? So, you know, there can be honest mistakes, of course, but there are way too many small mistakes that look like easy to avoid. So, yeah. Anyway, I don't want to rant about this. Let's keep on reviewing. Yeah. Windows Picture Viewer or another app? Picture Viewer filters when it zooms. Yeah, I took it in Paint. Windows Paint. I'm not sure re-implementing is visible is going to solve the unit being destroyed. That's no longer being visible at the time the detonation weapon is fired. Re-implementing. Uh-huh. 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 We should show effects while still. Okay, I think I understand. So basically a disguiser you always see because okay, because the disguiser essentially okay, but wouldn't that mean that also other stealthed units are broken then? Other stealthed units are broken then, for example, TNT detonating a GPS scrambled Suiciding, a GPS scrambled, Chile units. I would like us to come up with a solution that works generically and does not fail this easily. I didn't mean to do it this way. Let's delete it again. That particle effects, but wouldn't that also mean that particle effects of other staved units are broken then, for example? It's not need all these special conditions. The EA conditions were already wrong, and ours are too brittle as well. Okay, what do we have here? Remove nada comments, round 2. So this change, the same story here. This one had way too many revisions. So this one, let me see how many review passes we had on this. So this was the first one. There was 1. There was 2 by him here. 3, 4, 4 here, and then he made a new pull request. 5, 6, 7, 8. Also 8 review passes just to remove comments. 8 review passes to remove comments from code. It should take 1 or 2 review passes at max and not 8 or more. And now I have the suspicion that there will be another review pass because I will see things again. And man, you can say that maybe I'm too nitpicky, but it's so easy to make it right. It really is easy to get it right. This kind of thing. This is just a refactor. You just remove comments. It should be really straightforward. Yeah, sure, you can miss 1 or 2 things here. You know, we all make errors, but it should not take 8 revision passes. It's too much. And so I think really the problem is trying to work on too many things at once and not focusing on really getting this one thing done and polished, but trying, you know, all these distractions make it harder to deliver quality, right? So focus on just one thing, get it perfect, and then move on to the next. And then if you feel comfortable working on many things at once, then you branch out and work on more things in parallel, and so on. But just working on 30 things in parallel and just like, you know, putting it up there when it's about to be okay, then yeah, that's what happens. A million revisions, and it costs me so much time. It really costs me a mountain of time to do these reviews. Hours. Every day, hours. And it's all wasted time. It really is wasted time. This change should have been maybe 1 hour work and 30 minutes review. And I probably looked at this for 2 hours already at this review. It's too much. It's too much. Really, it shouldn't be this hard. Yeah. Good. Then let me look through it again. Okay, looks like not all the files were edited. Okay. Okay, it's slow loading here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what he did here, but yeah. Okay, that seems fine. Here's another one. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so you only edited 2 files. Okay, that's good. Are all the comments tackled then? Let me see. Initialization missing here. I ran a script. The only mismatches are comments that existed in one code base, but not the other. General said fixed and added by this, which General's MD never had, so the removal only had the individual one. How confident are we that the edits are in sync? I ran a script. Okay. Okay, then let me get this change. Remove nada. Remove nada. Remove nada. Here. Comprehensive. This one. Okay, then we search nada. Okay, there's no hits. That's very promising. Yeah. That. Nada. There still is comments. Modified by that. There's still six more Zart comments. It took me 1 minute to find this. I don't understand why he doesn't see this. Yeah. Okay, but the rest I looked through and that was fine. So it's hopefully just these 6 more thingies, and then it should be good. Yeah. Yeah. I yeah. I hope that we can up the quality. Focus on less tasks. Focus on one thing at a time. Polish it. Put it up there. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It's impossible to verify that the edits are consistent between the games, but we can visit if they are. They will be merged later anyway. Good, then I looked at that. Next. Why does it not delete it? Does it fail because it does not have admin privileges? Yes, from the issue, this does not work on EA app because the folder is owned by the app and is not writable. Aha, I see. Okay. If RTS 0R, fix, skip duplicate. Oh. Why is it writing it like this? Just IT, pointer. Yes, move the EA comments to the new place. Bug fix. Because it is user facing. Oh well. Next. Move for swap. Move. Okay, swap. Yeah. Move for swap. Since you moved it into separate. How can we destroy a SCD container? Can we free a container before C++11? No directory to fit. Swap. Clear's not enough. So we say T swap. Or we say function. You need to we need to clear source. Otherwise, it is not behaving authentic. Let me double check with ChatGPT. It's bad editor. So we say t dot swap dist and if will this function do the same? Do the same in C++11 and before? Yes, it works, but it does not do the same thing. It compiles and behaves safely, but the semantics differ. This performs move assignments. Moves the data, leaves source in a valid but unspecified state. In a valid but unspecified does not deallocate this memory if the object supports a Fisher move. This usually transfers a pointer without extra allocation. Destroys. Always deallocates, performs 2 swaps. Okay. So how do we... oh, just swap. Okay. Well, then I was mistaken. Okay, never mind. Okay, I'm wrong. Okay. Move or swap. Okay. Okay. Okay, well, I'm mistaken. Then this is good as is. Good. Good. Fair enough. Okay, I think this looks good. Yeah. Let me look at this here. Utility, move for swap, Hilbert. I think comments is not necessary. Code this in our file. But can also leave, it's not a big deal. I was under the impression that if we do an SD move, it will effectively deallocate dest, because dest will not end up in source. I don't know. I would assume when you debug this in Visual Studio, then dest will now contain source, but source will likely be empty vector, empty container. So I assume that dest will deallocate, but here it says freeze, no guarantee. Only if move assignment destroys it, rare. Guaranteed empty. Yes, always. Freeze the destination and empties the source. Yeah. But then dest contains source. Leaves source empty. But in C++11 with move, source will be empty, and C++0, and before C++11 with swap, source will contain dest. With your suggestion, with move. Right. Why not? Dest becomes empty, yeah. Dest gets old source becomes empty. Matches C++11 source becomes empty outcome. A memory free on dest, yeah. Dest now holds old source. Source becomes move from. Dest and source swap. Dest gets old source. Source gets old dest. Source becomes not empty and contains what dest used. Yes, but I don't want that. Yes. do it. That's what I thought. Okay, we'll move this here. Let's call this simulate move. The aim is to simulate a move. Simulate move or simulate fake move. CPP 98 move. I think it's fine. Like the The arguments, they clarify that it wants to put the source into dist. Yeah, that's probably fine. Yeah. Conscast. Oof. Oof. What is going on with the conscast here? This looks dangerous. Can we get rid of that? Get rid of it. Okay, I'm done with reviews for now. That was 1 hour 15 minutes of reviews. Nothing merged. Good. Let me get back to. Do I have anything to work on my own reviews? No action here. Nope. Nope. I think I worked on this. Yeah. Okay, so I need to work on the camera stuff. Good. Then what I will do is manage stash. Work in progress, fix camera. There we go. There we go. Then let's rebase this onto main. And then we stash pop. And then we compile. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I hope that I hope that Baptista does not watch this video because well, I think I think I would be upset if someone was not particularly happy about the amount of review revisions. But I have to be honest, you know. I want to give an honest view on the interaction, and while I do very much appreciate the contribution, I also think it could be much better if the change. It would be much better if the changes were of higher quality because it would save me a lot of time. Yeah, like if I don't like if I just need to look over and just find one two things, then yeah, it just makes it easier for me and for everyone. Anyway, let's get back to camera code. So, W3D view. So, what we said here is put all these script settings into new function and mark view as user input movement. Then cancel user input state and update function once any of these are set true. I already forgot what I wanted to do there, but let me see if I can understand what I said. Put all these script settings into a new function and mark view as user input movement. Update function. Let's see. Okay. Put all these script settings into new function. Into new function, yeah. And mark view as user input movement. Okay. I think the purpose of this was to detect the scripted camera movement, right? Yeah. Rotate, pitch, zoom. So it's always these 5, yeah, right? Let me see. Doing rotate camera, scroll by. Set angle, set pitch, set default pitch. Doing rotate camera. Who's setting this to true? Doing rotate camera true. I wonder if we should say, like, if the scripted camera is doing a rotate or a move, that we're not allowed to do scrolling or setting the angle or the pitch or so on. Right? So if the scripted camera is busy, we cannot do these other actions, these user actions. Yeah. Yeah. Because it would be colliding. Yeah. What is this for? Ugh. Okay, I wonder if we should add a new function. We say Boer is doing scripted camera. Is doing scripted camera. And then here we return all the different booleans. These here. This. There we go. Return. Okay. I think we can do why does it give us a warning there? So bool scripted Why is it warning there? I do intend to use a bitwise OR, but it is complaining. If I write like so, then it doesn't complain. Let's write it like so. Good, so this is scripted. Doing scripted camera. Then we create a new one. doing scripted. Do we have this? Yeah. Then we can maybe do a bool stop doing scripted camera. And there we put all these. False. Okay, and then we add a new field here. Say bool doing user camera. Or let's say let's say is user controlling. Is user controlling. Let's set that to false to begin. To do. Let's say true if the user has been doing camera inputs last. User is controlling camera. Okay, then we go to set angle. Then we remove all of these. And then we put this here, stop doing scripted camera. And then we set is user is controlling camera, true. Then we do the same here. And here. Set angle. Okay. Okay, that's interesting though that here he doesn't set. It doesn't set this here. Camera arrived at waypoint on path. Okay. Set zone to default. Zone. I'm curious why it doesn't stop the camera scripting here. Should it be? Maybe. Maybe. Set default pitch. Doing rotate camera false. Yeah, I'm not sure why this one only stopped the rotate camera. Look at. False. True. To me, it looks like we just don't bother with this flag. We don't care about this here. Like if it's set, it's set. If not, if not. True. Set height above ground. Okay, and then basically, so wherever these guys are set to true now, here, then we set this to false. Here, we set it to false here. Already set. Okay, that was 1, 2, 3, 4. true. Oh, false. Okay, and then there's one more here. False. False. Okay, that's it. Okay, so every time we start a new scripted camera, we set user is controlling camera to false. Okay, so now we should know exactly when the user is controlling the camera. And then here we now replace this condition with that scripted that scripted movement. It's camera movements. What is this? Camera lock. See, this looks like it's another condition here. Get camera. What is this? Camera lock. Set camera lock. Camera lock. Follow factor -1. Did scripted movement. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh. Fuck. Oh. Oh man. Did scripted movement. Oh, this camera code is so complicated. The way it's written. Oh. Did scripted movement. Okay. The user was moving the camera at last. Okay, for now, I would say we say here is doing scripted camera or not. If not paused, update camera movements. Doing scripted camera. And then here we say if not is let's rename this. Is controlled by user. If not is controlled by user, then we say did scripted movement true. Okay. I think that will solve our problems. Yeah. Okay, so the goal is to say if we don't actually control the camera, we consider we are in scripted movement mode. And so then this stuff down here, this zoom update will not happen. Yeah, that's the gist of it. Yeah. Yeah. Doing scripted camera look. It's controlled by user. It's still very complicated, the code. Yeah. So we have scroll by, set angle, pitch, default pitch, blah blah, set default pitch. Look at reset pivot. Okay, there. Let's see what happens. Error. Oh. So good. Now there are some differences now because I didn't preserve this flag. Plus on scrolling, I set all of them to false. So there's some difference, but I don't know why there is such a difference to begin with. Maybe there doesn't need to be. I would expect that if I do user input, scrolling, rotating camera, pitching camera, and so on, that it interacts with the scripted camera always consistently. There are no special edge cases where one input action cancels the one thing but not the other. Not the other. It should be consistent, right? Okay. Yeah. Good. So hopefully the camera zoom is now fixed. So during scripted camera, it should properly work. Let's see. I'm moving, I'm scrolling now, I'm pressing buttons to rotate the camera. Yeah. Resetting. Yeah. Okay, that looks fine. That looks also fine. Okay, camera looks very good. Again in Kazakhstan. Okay. Now I do see there is an error here on the radar. The the camera rotation doesn't look correct. Does it? Why is that? Oh, I can't rotate the camera. Well, that's a shame. I can scroll. I can't rotate the camera. Okay. That's strange. Why is that? Rotate camera. Put a breakpoint here. Here. And here. Oh, no, it works. Huh. Okay, that was weird. Let me, let's restart. Take a look at it again. Okay. Again, the camera is rotated. The question is it really rotated there or maybe it is rotated? So I press numpad 5 now. Ah, okay, it does. Okay, so it doesn't fully rotate. Is that a bug? Maybe. Yeah. Okay, let's compare this against retail. If it's the same there or not. English. Fat birds in the tree. Very fat. They really have big cojones jumping such high cliffs with the bike. Very, very brave soldiers. The camera pitch looks a bit different here, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay, let's see how far it rotates. It rotates correctly. Yeah. wonder if it's related to this thing. We need to preserve it here. It could be that, or it could also be... Could also be the other guys here. Could also be this. It's hard to say. So here we have look at. Doing rotate camera. Oh boy. Let's make a test. Oh man. No. USA. Easy. I think the camera pitch is somehow a bit wrong. I've noticed this when the bikes drive through the rocket, the pitch is different than what retake camera is. We need to look into that. Yeah. Something is wrong. Watch now, next scene. Next scene. This one. It's looking higher than retail. Yeah. I don't know why, but it is what it is. Yeah. Okay, this still doesn't work correctly. How about we put a breakpoint in this function? Let's see who is calling this. Set default pitch. Set default pitch. Set angle to default. Maybe that's a problem here. Oh boy. Aha. It calls scroll by. That's interesting. Do oversize the terrain. And that called scroll by. Why? Huh. That's interesting. Oversize the terrain. Um, this looks like a hack, doesn't it? It doesn't tell why it's doing this. Probably to update the terrain bounds. Yeah, that's my guess. But we have this force redraw. Maybe we should call this force redraw. Let's change this tactical view force redraw. Where else is this used? Reset camera. I suspect the force redraw is good enough. Let's go with that. Nope. Solo USA. Oh, why does this cutscene take so long? Okay, that works now. Okay, I think I'm gonna take a break here. There's more things we need to investigate. Camera is quite a bitch. Good. I'll take a break here. I wish you a great day or night. Until next time, goodbye.